Okay,
Yeah,
welcome to
she was dope.
episode 8. Yeah, she was everything.
Wow, when you said it, registered.
Yeah.
Good
It's
job,
funny.
guys.
Thank you.
So this
Yeah.
is D.
And this is C.
And this is
Black Meets World.
So we have 2 guests this week.
Whoop, whoop. I just want to clap after I
Hey.
say that. I just want to like take a pause whenever
So our basically almost permanent guest, Dre Major,
Hey.
and our friend Sloan.
We have a new person in the room.
We have a new
Hi,
person.
Sloan.
Hi.
Hey, girl.
So yeah, first of all, let me just retract our statement from last episode. We said that James Blake was at the Hilton, and we lied. It was the Hyatt. So that's what red wine does to us.
And so for anyone else like myself who basically even like forgot that ever was said, we're gonna move quite along swiftly and go directly into some fun stuff. So this episode is gonna be fun. Don't worry, that's what our balance is here for. I'm gonna crank it up.
I didn't do anything.
No, but
So we're gonna start with C's work stories.
all right. So yeah, of course, my ass be on the move. So this past couple, it's been a couple weeks. Yeah, this past couple weeks, I had the pleasure of visiting Chattanooga, Tennessee, Spring Hill, Tennessee, and Valdosta, Georgia. And our lovely partners over at Delta Airlines.
What?
Who is my
That's
go-to?
my favorite.
That is our
That's
favorite.
good.
Yo, that's home team right there. That's Atlanta.
Exactly. Hey.
So, them hoes lost my bag. And
Oh.
I never check a bag because I've been burned before. A bitch was pissed. So I get to Nashville. I get up at 5 a.m. I'm at the airport by 6 a.m., 7, whatever time. I work a full day. And then when I work a full day, I get on the plane to head to my next location of Valdosta, Georgia. And I have a layover in Atlanta, Delta's hub. Not only is my flight delayed leaving Delta to Valdosta, but I get a call from a 615 number. I was like, 615, that's like Nashville. I pick up. Is this C? Sure is. Yeah, your bag is still here in Nashville. And we see that you are arriving in Valdosta tonight, and we won't be able to make it by then. Because obviously in a small town like that, there's only 2 flights that get in, and it's each day. And basically by the time I got my bag, I'd be leaving right back out again. So long story short, kids, always have an extra pair of drawers in your bag. Is the long story short. Oh, I forgot. Also, they broke the handle to my bag.
Oh,
and
that's
they
the
ripped
worst.
they ripped open the lock.
I've had that too.
Oh.
Had that.
And then like act funny about replacing it.
Oh, they not gonna replace it. Oh, you know that Delta don't replace your wheels or any broken wheels or any broken handles.
I'll be damned.
For the record, and on top of that, my bag wasn't in my possession until a solid 36 hours later.
That's crazy. They're not replacing
Crazy.
anything.
Oh, girl, I'm gonna have a nice long complaint letter that I've already
They broke my
drafted.
zipper one time, and
no,
my
sis.
clothes came out on the little
Oh no, what's
carousel.
Yes. Oh,
And I was like, I know that's not my stuff. I know it's not. Don't get closer. And it got closer. And I was like, oh Lord.
That's not funny, but it is. I'm
That's-
sorry. That shit is hilarious.
Everything was out.
That's
I was like,
out of control.
Okay. And
Oh, you need like a full refund for that shit.
No, yeah, they gave me like this FedEx information and like FedEx came, picked up my suitcase.
Right.
And
What about
then
your clothes,
Sent
though?
it. And I had to put it in bags, and then
That
they
is
sent the
crazy.
suitcase somewhere, and then send it back to my house.
That's nuts.
After I paid $300
So-
for the flight.
Yeah,
Right.
it was
Right.
crazy.
My mom always says keep your jewelry, your like extra drawers, and your toiletries like with you in your carry-on because
And I
you
agree.
never know.
You
what's
never
gonna
know,
happen.
but when you travel as much as I do, it's like traveling is like eating. It's just like it comes naturally. It's like, oh, today I forgot, my plug. All right, I'll get another one soon.
Right.
It's today I forgot to bring extra drawers. All right, I'll buy some more whenever I get to my destination. It's just one of those things. But long story short, it was a bad story. So that led me into spending the entire weekend in Atlanta.
Where you were lit.
And it was everything. So
Hey.
so I was trying to spend time with my nephew, and then I was told he has a very busy schedule. So we had to attend 3 birthday parties together. And so we went to these.
glad.
We
How
went to
old
this
is
place. He's 2.
Wait, what?
Oh, he has a very active social life.
I thought you were about to say he was like
7 or
25 or
8.
something.
Right.
Like, what?
Goodbye.
Doesn't fall from the tree though.
Right.
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 That's typical.
Oh yeah. Oh, just like the family, just like auntie. So we went to this place called Jump in Atlanta. All I can say is this: I found my calling and what I want to invest in next. Because kids always going to want a place to go, and parents are always going to have money to spend on them. Whether it's like low end, something like McDonald's, or it's something high end like Jump, where you can be living your best life in the the balls, like like the what is it called, the ball pin or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we had the ball pin, we had like the little bouncy thing that had like a soccer/basketball court inside of it.
That looked dope.
So that's what I was dunking, we was doing backflips in there. I had only a dress on. We were cutting up. And then on some sadder news, I had come from a memorial service for a childhood friend that committed suicide. Moving along, it's rough. But thank you. I appreciate it. I have like a humorous way of dealing with those types of things, so I'm just gonna move right along past.
But that doesn't mean that we don't take it seriously. Right. And suicide in the Black community is definitely a thing, but we are just not going to dwell on it today.
Right. And he was white, but nonetheless.
Wow.
I appreciate your reaction. I think it needs to stay.
Well,
moving along. So
suicide prevention is still important.
It's so important.
White or black
people.
or otherwise. I wish you all could be in the room right now.
For all young people.
Yeah. Because I feel like we all know someone who's committed
or thought about it.
Yeah, or been depressed. Exactly.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
Well, in other news, this weekend I went to Global Citizens Festival in the city.
Yes.
Beyonce!
Yes, Global Citizen!
You went? Yes! Yes, girl! Yes! Liz! Check out the Instagram. The full concert's on there. Gave me life.
So I Instagram basically. Oh, so let's talk about. Okay, so Global Citizens Festival is basically like
loved it.
Every celebrity and a bunch of politicians
in New York City in Central Park.
They show up in Central Park and they have literally like somewhere around
full
a million people.
Oh, what time does it start?
Gates open at 2.
Yeah. Oh, so it goes in the daytime.
But it starts at 3, and basically Central Park is like sectioned off into like
it's on the Great Lawn in Central Park.
Nice.
And they section it off into different like tiers, basically.
Yeah.
Based on like.
So how do you get tickets? You have to volunteer
per 1,000 people that are
per 1,000 people.
It's literally that big. So to get tickets, it's a free concert, but to get tickets, you're supposed to like tweet and send emails, basically campaign for the fight against poverty and that kind of thing. And
awesome.
Cause.
I happened to come across tickets because I have a friend who works at MSNBC and left the country. So I kind of felt bad I didn't campaign, but how'd you get your tickets?
I got my ticket.
Oh, we know.
See?
Through a friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
Same way you got these Dave Chappelle tickets.
Hooks me up with lots of nice tickets.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
When I grow up.
We'll touch on that later.
The shade of it all. So I think, just so y'all understand, like, this is nothing I've ever seen before. Like, we got there late. Because you know how they say gates open and blah, blah, blah. I don't know what I was thinking. We got there at 4. The line started at 62nd Street.
Yeah.
And the entrance was on 72nd Street. And for those of you who like don't know anything about New York, that's about a 2 to 3 hour wait.
Not only that, like, so, okay.
Wow.
Like, yeah, when we got there at like 3:30, and the line, it was probably down to 60 something, but I just cut under the barricade thingy because I was like, I'm not walking all the way down to walk all the way back.
Right.
So
we cut as well.
I cut under.
As soon as we got there.
But when you even get to 72nd, you're walking a good
mile and a half
to get
like
to the
you
Great
have to
Lawn.
wait another 40 minutes to get
because it's
through
really in the 80s. Like it's like 80 seconds.
It's really in the 80s, and there's still like it's not just single file. It's literally
it's a winding.
10 people Central across.
Park.
Like it's nuts.
That's
it was thousands of people coming.
So really check out our Instagram because that'll show you like one of the first pictures I posted is where we were standing, and you can see that there's probably like 2,000 people in front of me, and there's an equal number at least behind me and to the left and the right. So black_meets_world, like I posted a bunch of videos. So I would say the top highlights were obviously Beyonce and everything that she did.
I thought it started
and Michelle.
Michelle who?
Michelle Obama.
Yeah. Beyonce ended the concert with bringing out Michelle Obama.
Which
I forgot.
So here's the thing.
How dare
they played us earlier in the day.
Yeah.
Because they introduced Barack Obama in a video. Then they introduced Michelle Obama in a video. So then Beyonce came, showed her ass, and then was like, here's my friend Michelle Obama. And
here's my friend.
Tell me why she walks out. I was like,
yeah, everyone was like, wait, because they already did the video of her, so we're like, okay, are they doing another video?
Yeah.
Bruh, I dropped my phone. I couldn't get it on camera. I'm sorry, y'all. Like the hug and the embrace. Like I wish I had it, but I don't.
It was really amazing.
It was
Really amazing.
And then
my
she
gosh.
gave this like really, just.
I love how they're besties.
It's so
Because
cute.
there was an interview where they were like, if you could be anyone in the world, who would you be? And she was like, Beyonce.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
was so cute about it. She was like, I'm so glad to be championing a cause that my friend Beyonce is inspired by. I was just like,
My friend
Yeah,
Beyonce.
it just was
Serious.
cute. Like,
Because y'all girlfriends now.
Speaking of
Right?
which, did anyone catch the dinner of when
Oh,
Slay.
yo.
Yes,
United States of
Slay.
Slay.
You guys, yes. Woo! They look so good
Come
together in
through.
that all
Come
black.
through.
So
And
for
they
those who
look
haven't
so
seen
good.
Relationship
They look
goals.
so.
they look
Damn.
facts.
Damn.
Facts.
Relationship
So
goals.
how Michelle leaned over to
Weaved
fix
up and
rocks,
everything.
And he had that thumbs up, like,
but his face was like,
yeah,
that's all me.
Yeah.
No!
Literally, like, I did that. Like,
And Michelle had a new weaving bag.
I was about to say, can we talk about this?
You better let the first
Michelle?
lady weave though.
Can we talk about that? Like, how she had to remind us of what she really looks like when she put on. She even just attempts to give y'all a little something.
Right.
Because you forget sometimes Michelle is bad.
Michelle is like 2016 is around the corner,
Let me
and I'm giving y'all a
remind
taste of
y'all.
what's finna come through when I step
When
out
I
this
step out
office.
this office.
Post White House.
When we
Michelle's
move back to
gonna
Chicago, you know.
Hello, Chicago. Hello, Southside.
Peace,
Come
y'all.
on, come through.
They so ready to get up out that damn house.
Yes, they say, but I appreciate them being unapologetically black these days because their facial expressions, their mannerisms, just the things that Barack has been doing and saying is just making me so
Black
proud.
excellence. It's just
It's
like
On the
thriving.
rise. On the rise.
Black
Yes,
excellence.
and it's just black. It's like you can identify with the black,
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing that like it's nothing that's negative or even it's just neutral tendencies and iterations in their behavior that's just like, oh, I see you. You remind me of my family.
So at the Global Citizens thing, when she brought out Michelle, and first of all, okay, so before Beyonce performed, it was Coldplay.
It was
and
Tori Kelly.
Yeah, Ed Sheeran. It was Common, but Coldplay was like one of the mains, and then Ed Sheeran was one of the mains.
I like him.
And then Beyonce came out. Beyonce had a whole stage production.
Right.
Always.
Like, you know how she
always comes.
Stage production.
Like for
and it was super, super, super on point
Tight.
and professional.
I love it.
And then she brings out the first lady. And I'm looking at the crowd and I'm like,
y'all better recognize.
this is us.
Yes.
Like, this is
we
us.
Up, yeah.
This is Black excellence.
So
like, this is what we do. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Apparently
It's very
she-
And all
She
it
did the
requires
same.
is what? Opportunity. So
So
let's go.
what?
Let's feed into the transition. Let's go into the
I'll be damn Viola Davis.
So Viola Davis.
Killing the
I know
game.
D is just really frustrated with me.
Shonda
Going-
killing the game.
Listen, can we talk about Shonda real quick? I know this is not on like the
Taraji
agenda,
killing the game.
but Shonda Rhimes is making everybody proud.
Bati.
Besides the fact that she's just like unassumingly like just under the radar, just like creating like
just all in the
monster-
background.
Yeah.
Just
monster hits on a broadcast network. Like the one thing I know growing up that we had is like, oh, you got Channel 3? Oh, that's ABC? Oh, that's the one channel we got. We ain't got no
Right.
cable. Everybody watched Channel 3. Everybody watched ABC or Channel 2 or whatever it was. And the one thing that I can say is I never saw people that looked like me on that particular station.
oh yeah.
You're right.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Fox, because Fox had a living color. They had,
Right.
all that. But ABC, nah. ER, everything else, I don't know, whatever. But like, to see that there are now, 3 shows?
Yeah.
Gray, she puts lead, doctors and surgeons as being, heads of the hospital being African Americans.
Right.
And you have now Scandal, you have a black woman, you have How to Get Away with Murder, a black woman. Come through, Shonda.
Yes.
Come through. All the way through.
So Viola won the Emmy Award for
Was it Best Actress?
Best Actress
lead
in a drama.
Best leading
drama.
actress in a drama series. Yeah, I think
Yes,
so.
thank you for that.
No problem. No problem.
And basically at the end of her speech, she just said that the only thing that separates black women from everyone else is opportunity. And it was like Kerry Washington was crying.
Like she did a back.
She teared up.
Like Taraji.
I mean, there's like gifs of all of them and
Right.
the reactions to
Right.
it because they were just so like proud of the moment. It was really dope. I was happy about that.
Can we talk about the clueless reactions of the white audience in the room though?
Yeah, they
Did
have no idea what's going
anyone
on.
else catch that?
I caught it.
Baby, I was looking
Or
at that.
was it clueless or was it a sense of like them being uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, I would absolutely agree with. Yes.
I'm uncomfortable with this speech.
Of course.
Right.
And then there was one woman who said that basically, you know,
she tweeted it.
Yeah,
like,
award shows shouldn't be used as racial platforms. Some bullshit.
Wait.
I forget.
Yeah,
I really don't
forgot
remember
her name,
But they can be used for every other platform.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go.
Okay.
Right.
That's all
Right.
I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
And if we transition in again,
Hey, Caitlyn Jenner.
Basically, all that, like, she just basically tried to
Come for
Viola, and obviously Black Twitter and everyone else was just like, girl, have
told
a
that
seat.
ass up.
Like, why do you always? Why do people always have to take something?
They always retract what they say after the fact. Like, well, I didn't mean it this way. Da 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 da.
Girl, don't come for the black
people. You
people.
meant it exactly how you meant it when you.
I would
tweeted
honestly
it and sent
rather
it.
people not apologize and say, well, you know what,
Yeah,
I meant
be you.
it. Yeah, like, don't.
Just
It's
be
just
you.
so
Own what you
disingenuous
say.
for you to apologize when you know that you're subconsciously, and then your subconscious racism comes out, and then you want to be like, oh, my bad.
right.
That was your
It's like,
genuine thought. Like, you were
Right.
sitting there tweeting that. It's not like you had time. You were just like, you picked up your phone like, oh, man, this is stupid.
That's what
like,
naturally came to your mind.
like, bruh, I'm tired. I'm so tired.
On top of the fact that, okay, so last week there was an episode, so Blackish and Empire aired, the season premieres.
So everything
last
premiered
Wednesday.
last week. Y'all need to get up on the shows. I watch all of them.
Yeah, she knows I don't watch TV, but I just happen to watch it because
She happened to watch Blackish, but I watched Blackish, Empire, Scandal, Grace, and How to Get Away with It.
So D is the expert on TV. I'm the expert on everything in the world.
Thank you.
And so I watched Blackish. We watched Blackish last week, and it was basically the episode on the N-word. When I tell you,
It was so real.
the comedy and the truth in that episode was so spot on.
So here's the thing.
It was everything.
Do you regularly watch Blackish?
No.
Okay, so the whole first season was like that.
Yeah.
It gives a lot of, black stereotypes and then tries to discuss them in a constructive way.
Right.
Yeah. In a comedic
and constructive way. And
Yes.
so this episode, we're going to
It
spoil
gives
it.
you like Modern Family.
Yeah. We're going to spoil it.
It takes away the discomfort probably that other races might feel when they're talking about black
the
issues.
N-word and black issues and stuff like that. So they have a young son who was in a talent show. He says
The youngest,
Yeah, he's using he says the N-word while he's rapping Gold Digger.
I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she
ain't messing with no gold. And then
okay, I
did that. I did radio.
I was like,
So then basically like
it was so funny. Y'all.
Yeah, the school freaks out. And Dre's whole position.
Your homegirl in the back was trying to cut that track off so fast.
Yeah, she tried it. And basically,
I can't get
Anthony Anderson gets up and is basically just like, my son can say whatever he wants to say because what I do know is like it's wrong for other,
But
for
before all of that, it was a dialogue between the mother and the father saying, "Where did he learn?" Tracy Ellis Ross was like, "Where could he have learned such language?" And then it shoots to a clip of like Anthony Anderson and the youngest son being in the car singing a song like a father-son moment, like I ain't saying she a golden.
And they both say it together
And it's
in
cute.
the context of the song, and it is cute.
And it's so cute because it's something
it's
like
relatable.
anybody can relate to.
It's relatable. And so a lot of Blackish is also like very relatable in terms of like black issues because you always have, the parents don't always agree about certain black things and how that works and the dynamics. And so like the mom, her name is Bo in the show, and she was the one who was like about no tolerance at the school. So it was really ironic that her son uses the N-word because they're trying to expel him, and she's got all these papers like, well, maybe we should retract, and Anthony Anderson's like, we're not apologizing for this, he should be allowed.
The end of the show basically ended with Anthony and both like Tracy Ellis Ross saying like, no, we are black.
And it's okay.
And
for our son to learn the dynamics of this word.
Right.
One of the funnier parts was like, I guess the disciplinarian in the school was like a black guy. And
he was the principal.
He
was horrible.
Oh my gosh. And Anthony Anderson makes a training day joke about, I think he just says to him like, my nigga, or something like that. And the guy looks at him.
I've never watched Training Day.
And then it was like, what? Yeah. So at the end, like, it was so funny because they were like, the parents were presenting to the board, and the board has like a white guy on it, and the white guy, like, after they leave, the white guy looks at the principal, was like, you never seen Training Day? It was just funny. Like, I mean, I love Blackish, and it'll definitely educate you on a few things about black mannerisms and the way kind of black culture is shaped, I think.
It makes me proud to see something like that on TV.
Yeah, I really like it because they're an affluent black family.
Yeah,
right.
it's affluent.
And it's almost like the Cosby's rest in peace to the show.
Right.
But like,
no, Next Level Cosby.
Because it's the mother is a doctor.
4 kids.
Anthony Anderson is
an ad executive.
And they're hip. Like they are what 2015 looks like.
Mm-hmm.
And like
with old school parents.
Yes. Exactly. You have the oldest son being like a nerd who's kind of detached because he grew up like around like very like affluent like white kids.
And he's also
and he like is a nerd, but also likes like what is he like lacrosse and like field hockey and stuff like that.
He has a lot of white friends, and it's just like he's just chilling. And then the daughter like had a white boyfriend in the first season, and you know Dre flipped out about that.
And then the unapologetic black daddy, granddaddy, and grandma.
Right. The grandparents are played by Lawrence Fishburne and Jennifer Lewis.
Jennifer Lewis.
When I tell you Jennifer Lewis plays everybody's mama, auntie, grandma.
Everybody.
What? All right, so we got
new guests.
We just entered. A couple more people entered in.
Welcome, y'all.
Like we're a party though.
Yes. Hey, and Miss Pope. Y'all can say hey.
It's handled. Damn.
It's okay.
I like that. It's handled.
It's handled. Okay, so yeah, we were just finishing.
So besides Blackish, we also watched Empire. What y'all think?
I did not see it.
Did you watch it?
I watched it.
I didn't see
I'm
it.
tired.
I watched it.
Thank you. Girl, to the
Okay,
smack,
slow.
to the look, to the head tilt.
Gave us a little cookie right there.
No. I changed my Twitter name to Cookie Lion.
Of course
like
you did.
Lion, but Lyin, because I was like, she out here lying. But I love the show. It's great.
It grew on me.
The first episode.
This episode was okay.
It started off really corny with all the cameos.
See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It was just
and her in that damn gorilla suit in a cage. I was just kind of like,
so that's where it immediately got me because I was like, see, I know that they're trying to bring up relevant current topics about like the injustices of like African Americans being, you know, brutalized and being imprisoned and all that stuff. But you're talking about a man who actually killed somebody who was in jail and you're bringing this up.
Right.
It's not relatable.
And Twitter felt the same way. Like everyone was kind of tweeting like, okay, but
we know
we know yeah, like we know Lucius
but that nigga needs to be in jail. He kills
exactly.
niggas.
I didn't see the episode, but I agree he does need to be in jail.
Right. Did you watch last season?
I watched the whole last season.
Okay. So
in fact, I was finishing the last season when this current season's episode was on.
But I mean, it just was like silly in the first 5 minutes, and then it got better. Marissa Tomei was on the episode, and I think she's going to be like a fixture in the episode.
She's a lesbian, and I will say this. For me, I watched it when I was back in Georgia.
Hey.
And I will say this. I love my Southern people. But I sometimes, maybe because I live in New York, I forget how like traditional mindsets of like homophobia, whether it's it's stemming from like girls on girls or men and men. I realized like, oh, like watching it with conservative, I'm not going to include race, but conservative people, they're like, oh my God, yo, she likes chicks, yo. Oh man, they got these dudes kissing too. Yo, ABC is doing a lot. And I'm like, that's where your focus is? Fox, whatever. Fox is doing a lot. That's where your focus is? Like, yeah. And then I realized I don't see that because maybe I'm a woman. I don't know. Maybe if I was a man, I might have it. I don't know. What do y'all think?
I think living in New York.
I was gonna say like living in New York.
Think it's just such a no holds barred type of environment up here.
Yeah,
literally anything goes.
And I think there's also the dynamic of like women on women versus men on men. Because
right.
I think women, women, it's socially acceptable,
right.
To have like lesbian feelings or whatever you want to call it. Women make out and do things that's not indicative of anything.
Yes,
or is it?
Sorry.
Continue.
As opposed to male relationships with other males, that's like completely not
penetration.
Yeah.
Wow, you took it all the way.
That is the key difference.
Yeah. So the good thing about Empire is that we see both, right? There's, in this episode, there was a lesbian relationship, but there's also Jamal's gay relationship, and so it's interesting to see. My favorite part of the episode was when they had fucking Chris Rock come out of there like he was gonna be the hardest nigga out. I'm like, y'all remember when he was Pookie and fucking Wesley Snipes told him to sit his $5 ass down before he made change? Y'all forgot about New Jack City that quick? I was like,
with the teeth before the bracelets.
Chris Rock is not going hard, bro. No,
it's not
because it's Chris. You're waiting for him to crack a joke.
Right. My dad texted me. He was like, "This is not believable."
They try to make him look ashy.
But why they kill him in the first episode though? Sorry for the spoiler.
Yeah.
Why they kill him in the first episode? So sorry.
It's okay. You still
but
gonna
it's
watch
not gonna,
it just because the show's about Lucius. Right. This show's about like the empire, the actual empire.
Right.
So
they were like, we got so many daggone celebrities, we don't need Chris.
Yeah, like
moving along.
DeRay's gone.
Can't afford
D-Ray.
Yeah. Right, that's the thing. Yeah, they can only afford one episode.
One episode.
Pour one out for Chris Rock though, because he's one of my all-time favorite comedians. So
really?
Anything he does.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
I realized the evolution of Chris Rock because I saw his special on HBO. Like I think it was filmed like in the late '90s.
Bigger and Blacker.
Still
cracks me up.
Yes.
And I was just like, yo, he sounds like a New York dude.
Yeah.
Is that the one
versus
where he talks
now
about like how he doesn't like black people versus niggas.
Yes,
okay, that's my favorite.
And I was like, yo, he is being in New York, I can identify that certain kind of accent.
Yeah.
But now he's very much like you sound like somebody's father, and you
well, he's like, it's a life stage.
He's a father.
But also there's older New York dudes who still sound like New York dudes.
What you gotta say? He's hanging out with like Jerry Seinfeld and shit now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's like in a different strata of celebrity.
He said that he was like
so his
he set the tone of like, all right, we had the I'm about to take it all the way back with comedians. But I feel like Chris Rock, Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Eddie was a little bit before that.
Not all.
But I feel like they were in the same. But they made that transition from comedy to movies to sitcoms. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Chris did his a little different with his trajectory, but he was kind of because he hosted VMAs at one point or a movie wars.
The Oscars.
He is a Oscar.
He did host
because even like now, like he's
James Fox, like it's that whole genre of like and now Kevin Hart, but like that whole genre of like making the switch from like these are my people to like, okay, now I'm mass appeal. Everyone can relate to me.
I do like though that Chris Rock stays loyal to the stand-up art though. Like you can always still depend on him to give you some
seen him do stand-up in a while.
His last one was I think 2012.
Okay,
maybe?
wasn't it featured on HBO as well?
Yeah, yeah. My favorite one is actually 2004 Never Scared, when he talks about like he's in the red suit and he's talking about like rap music and how women
was
love
that the one
rap
at the
music.
Apollo?
I don't know. I think that was the one in DC.
Okay.
Yeah, the one in the
at Constitution Hall. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Y'all wouldn't know your stand-up.
Oh, listen, I love me some stand-up comedy. Anybody who loves stand-up comedy.
I love it.
As
I just thought about, he did a special on Real Sports, and he was talking about why black people don't like baseball. He said clearly people love baseball. He's like clearly black people like it in other parts of the world. Like look at Dominicans. They use sticks as bats. They use Haitians as bases. They love
that's the Chris Rock.
And that's the Chris Rock that we know and love.
Yes.
And like, So in this episode, it was just like bizarre that he was like the serious like killer of the.
Right.
I will say though, I did start out on baseball as a sport.
Oh, you grew up privileged.
I mean,
my cousins in Atlanta play baseball.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta, at least from what I've experienced, baseball is bigger down there.
Baseball is more of a southern.
it's
like a pastime.
My neighbors that were black guys, they play baseball.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah, it's a very suburban thing too. Like,
you have to have land.
Yeah. Kind of need that.
So
just to take it back to Empire though, I'm interested in what y'all think about the fact that I think it's either the creator or executive producer of Empire is actually a white guy. And I wonder if you think that makes a difference in the treatment versus, say, Blackish, being Anthony Anderson and Lawrence Fishburne executive producing. I don't know.
I think this ties into the play that C and I saw last night.
Segues all around. Love it.
We saw this play called Barbecue.
But wait. Let's answer his question
it's
too.
It's gonna tie in.
Don't worry.
Let me get there. And there was
segues. Go ahead.
It was a black writer, but that he wrote the play like as one story, and he had a white family performing a lot of like what I would consider black stereotypes. Okay. And so it was just interesting that you bring that up, that you have a white director directing black people or a black director directing white people, because there are some dynamics that almost can make you uncomfortable.
Right.
So I mean, I don't know. Like, I wonder if it's uncomfortable for him to be writing for black people when he doesn't actively live the black experience.
Right, because a part of my, at least early issues with Empire, where it just felt so dramatized. It was it's like a primetime soap opera. It's like Days of Our Lives with black people and music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was a little interesting for me to get used to. But I feel like Blackish feels a little more natural.
Genuine.
Right? Yeah.
I think Empire's a little over the top.
Yeah. I don't know.
For the I see
what they're going for with it.
Is it because everyone around here, we're all,
working
young professionals, college educated, and so our lens and our scope that we're looking through is going to be different than probably the average African American viewer that's watching Empire. And, if we look at how Diddy and his family and everything is shown on the blogs and the media and stuff, it kind of really aligns with how Empire is
So Diddy
shown
like
in the
attempted
line.
to sue for like 5 minutes at the beginning of Empire. I don't
Yeah.
know if y'all remember.
Yeah, because they feel like they're pulling
But
from his
Diddy said that it
life.
was like his life, basically.
Who went to jail for killing somebody? Oh, Shine. Oh.
Yeah,
But you
and
see what I mean? Like,
so there's that dynamic. Like they, I think some of it is a little almost too cold. I don't know.
yeah, like we're gonna be more critical of it because I don't know, not to say that other people's eyes aren't open, but our lens is different than what your average viewer's lens is looking at.
But
you know what I mean?
What
Like
do y'all
we're very
think,
focused
listeners?
on the stereotypes we don't want to
But
be
you know what?
portrayed.
Look, stay woke. That's all right. I'm okay with
Yeah.
that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay with us having a different lens.
I think it's fine as long as we're aware of the fact that we have the lens. Like, there's so many subconscious ways to view things, but because once you're, like we always say, once you're woke, you can't become unwoke. Once you know
Once
that
that third eye is open, it's real hard
it's
to
just
close.
open, like that's it. And so you just you have that guise, you know that that's what you're doing, but it doesn't necessarily have to affect you negatively.
I like Power. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
I don't watch Power.
I like Power.
I
don't know.
I
like Power.
Get into it. We got
Empire feels like a watered down.
Yes.
Yes. That's what I hear.
Power.
I'm gonna start
And
watching.
mind you, it's like you have a broadcast network versus like a cable, like
Premium,
paid
right.
channel. And you're going to be able to get away with a lot more. I will say, like, for Empire, I really enjoyed the first season, and it took me a while to get into it until other people started talking about it.
Okay.
And then I was like, oh, let me check this out. And I was like, oh, this is good. You know what I liked about Empire when I first started watching it? I liked that I felt like it was like, oh, that's like, I feel like black people were shown in their true element. If there were like no cameras around, like the little stuff that like Taraji would do.
Yeah, little nuance things.
Nuances,
Yes.
like she'd be like kicking, like how she slapped the shit out of Hakeem.
But she tried to break
there was a
ass with that damn broom.
There was a point where basically Hakeem like asked
So
her
Hakeem
to
is the youngest
leave,
son, and Taraji is his mother, and he
and
tried
he
to
didn't
get out
grow
of
up
pocket with her.
He didn't grow up with her, so he doesn't really
He
respect
called her
her.
a bitch.
Oh yeah, he called her a bitch.
Bruh, Taraji
And
And
so
that's when she.
Very
there
important
was
to
a moment where like
the skin off his face.
I was like,
like,
the TV like this.
For those who didn't watch it, the scene was built up like this. He said something smart. She snapped back, but he had leverage, and so he won the argument. And then he ended with "bitch." And as soon as like the camera was panning somewhere else, you see her slap this. You see that the hand go back, his face go forward. And it was a good smack by a mother. And I was like, that wasn't playing. And I appreciate whoever added that into the damn scene.
Yeah,
I appreciate it as well. And then when she was like, I want you to give me respect. I don't care what happened. I'm still your mother. You're going to talk to me a certain
right.
way.
And I think that there's like a dynamic of that white people don't necessarily have.
Right.
Like the view into like.
Yeah.
I don't know. For us in the room, I feel like we all have a respect for our parents, and there's just like I would never like. So I'm just watching this show, just like I wish I would question my mother. My shit could knock the shit out of me. Like my mother would knock me back 2 months.
It's more even out of fear than respect.
Oh yeah.
They don't even answer back.
My mother put me out of the car when I was 7. Like no games.
Grown up black. Struggles with
Hashtag grown up black.